Businesses are shifting to a modern desktop to empower their people. But not all employees sit in an office, use only one device, or always work from secure locations. What if you could deliver a modern desktop experience to every worker, everywhere? Introducing Windows Virtual Desktop, the full Windows experience virtualized in the cloud. Always up to date and available on any device. Optimized for Office 365, so you can deliver the most productive experience to your users. Delivered on Azure, so IT can quickly virtualize and deploy modern and legacy desktops. The best virtual desktop experience, delivered on Azure. Windows Virtual Desktop.
Good day, everyone. My name is Peter Wickleven. I work in the Windows for Commercial team. Standing next to me is Scott.
Hello, I'm Scott Manchester. I'm the Group Program Manager for Remote Desktop Services and Windows Virtual Desktop.
We're going to talk about Windows Virtual Desktop for the next 40-ish minutes. Let's first set some stage a little bit. So you've all heard this. We've all been teaching and preaching and saying it together that the world is changing. Not every employee is the same. Not every business is the same. Not everyone has a company-owned device or sits in a secure location or even sits at a desk. So we're trying to get everyone to a modern desktop, a modern experience. And with that, we mean Windows 10 and Office Pro Plus. But some of these employees are just very hard to reach. Because like just mentioned, they could be anywhere, could be using any kind of device. So we need to rethink on how we deliver that modern desktop, how we deliver that experience to all of those workers. Now, one way to solve for this is by using virtualization technology or remoting technology. And this is what we've been hearing from you. So we had many conversations, and a lot of the use cases are on this slide. A lot of verticals, and I'll just call out a few examples. For example, on the left side, you can see that highly regulated industries, like, for example, financial services, they're using remoting or virtualization solutions quite a bit. And one of the reasons is because of the clear data separation. If you remote into a virtual machine, it could be a physical machine, there's always a very clear data separation. The data doesn't end up on the endpoint. It typically stays at the server side. Healthcare is almost 100% standardized on this type of solutions, also because of compliancy. Government, pretty much the same reason, because of the clear security boundary. It's also useful for elastic workforces. Let's imagine you acquire a new organization. How do you make sure that you give access to specific applications of company A or company B while you're working on integrating the IT of the two companies? In the meantime, you can just have them remote to a specific application while you're working on the rest. Also for BYOD, education being a great example. In a typical education facility, we see students coming into their classrooms with all kinds of operating systems. Could be Android, iOS, hopefully Windows as well. And how do you make sure you provide a standardized workplace without having to worry too much about what kind of endpoints being used? And again, remoting and virtualization is a great solution. One pillar that we see more and more is the last one, the specialized workloads. A great example is when someone needs to have or is using a very 3D intensive application. So what you could do now, specifically with the N-series SKUs or VMs in Azure, you can offer a dedicated GPU card inside of a virtualized environment and give that to someone who potentially is using a low performance or just a cheap device and can just roam across a factory floor, for example, and still have very 3D intensive applications to use. Also, legacy apps. Let's say you have a Windows 7 app that's blocking you from migrating to Windows 10. You could deploy Windows 10 on a machine, give it a shiny new device to someone, and just remote that Windows 7 application to that endpoint, and just unblock that user from having a great experience. Now, in other conversations with a lot of organizations, and amongst you, I'm sure there's a few, we also got feedback from customers. And they told us the current virtualization technology relies on Windows Server. And because it's based on Windows Server, specifically if it's session-based virtualization, it has some limitations. So, for example, application compatibility is one, because applications tend to be designed for a client operating system. So on the server, most of them run fine, but all bets are off. You don't know for sure until you test. Another thing we keep on hearing is the consistency. If you're using Windows 10 in your endpoint and you're remoting into a server, the whole user interface is different because it's a server. It doesn't have modern apps like Edge, the Store, Cortana. And lastly, a lot of organizations are moving to the cloud, trying to reduce the amount of data center investments that they're making. So that's also the last piece of feedback that we got. Now, all of this combined led us to this new solution that you've been hearing about this week. We have many sessions, and at the end, I'll explain what other sessions we have that you could attend to learn more about this. But first, let's talk a little bit about what Windows Virtual Desktop actually is. So if you would summarize it, it's this slide probably. It's a service offering for VDI and RDSH management. And Scott on the next slide will explain what it actually means, what it is we can do for you, and you no longer have to do as an IT organization. For the first time, we enable a multi-user Windows 10 experience, something we have never done before. It's fully optimized for Office 365 Pro Plus. So you can even run in a non-persistent environment. You can now use Office 365. With the power of Azure, you can now scale up and scale down with just a few mouse clicks. It's that easy. You no longer have to install on-prem hardware, servers, deploy roles, manage, etc. And we offer both scenarios where you can either virtualize full desktops or just a remote app, or a mix of the two. You can mix and match. It's all in one service offering. Another interesting point is Windows 7 with the free extended security updates. A lot of customers told us we're well underway in our journey to Windows 10, but we need more runway. We have some Windows 7 apps that have issues. We need more time to figure out how to move those to Windows 10. What we will be able to do is, once we go end of support with Windows 7, which is in January 2020, if you move your Windows 7 workload to Azure as part of Windows Virtual Desktop, you'll get 3 years of additional security updates free of charge. So we won't charge you for that. The only charges that are involved is the meters that are spinned on Azure. So that means all of the compute and the storage. That's the only thing you'll have to pay. And we'll talk about licensing, by the way, at the end of this presentation, which I think is also pretty good news. Lastly on this slide, it's integrated with the M365 security management tooling. Means that you get a lot of new benefits just out of the box. We have Azure AD integration, so all of a sudden you get stuff like my favorite, conditional access, just part of the whole package. Now let's dive in one level deeper, and I'll hand over to Scott, and he'll explain more about the high-level architecture.
Thank you, Peter. How many were here last year when we announced RDMI? See a show of hands. Hold them up for just a second, just to get an idea. Good, we got a handful of folks here. So I'll explain it briefly for those that weren't here last year, because it helps tell the full story of what Windows Virtual Desktop is and how we got to this place where we are now offering a fully managed service. So Remote Desktop Modern Infrastructure was really a response to feedback we got from most of you in the room and others like you that are responsible for managing and deploying virtualized networks. And they were looking for something that was more easier to deploy, more easier to manage, and scalable without you having to do work. It could auto-scale up and down. And we have many folks that use virtualization and offer it as a finished managed solution for customers. So they were looking for multi-tenancy. And also, we've made great innovation with Azure Active Directory. We wanted to ensure that we could integrate in that authorization and authentication that AD provides. Peter highlighted one of our favorites is conditional access policies, and I demoed that earlier at the mechanics video if you guys saw that. But all the capabilities that are available through AD are now available through the service offering. So we ran some trials. We had a number of customers that were using RDMI after we announced it last year at Ignite, and almost unanimously they all said, like, this is so easy, why don't you just offer that as a finished solution? So we evolved RDMI from where it was before to this Azure surface based on customer response. So we run trials as we learn. We figure out what our customers want, and we adapt our products to meet their needs. And this is a perfect example of that, where they said, we want something fully managed and offered by Microsoft. So here we are today. We're really excited to share with you what we've built with Windows Virtual Desktop. There's a handful of you in the room that have helped shape this product, customers we've worked with, partners we've worked with. It's really exciting for us to have this opportunity to share this with you today. And hopefully some of these things will really resonate with you if you're managing virtualization environments or if you're just thinking about building out a virtualized environment. Because honestly, most of the features and capabilities were, again, driven by direct feedback from you, our customers. One of the things that came through very clear for us is diagnosing problems when there is some kind of network connectivity problem. A user's not able to connect is a key requirement for them. Trying to figure out, where did that break? Is it the network between the device and the public network? Is there something with the session host server? Is the gateway down? Where does the problem lie? So I can quickly troubleshoot that, resolve it, and get that user up and running again. So diagnostics is a key component of this service offering, and we will continue to invest and continue to provide more rich data and information and tools to allow you to quickly troubleshoot and resolve problems. I mean, that's the whole spirit of this. This is to reduce your IT overhead and just allow those users to get full access to the resources they need in an easy and consistent way. I mentioned already that we fully leverage Azure Active Directory, and to really do this right, to just simply putting Azure Active Directory in front of your RDS deployment doesn't do anything if they can always reconnect in through the back door. If you're putting domain joined devices on the edge of your network and opening up ports in your firewall, that's not security, right? We've all lived through some of these, attacks, cyber attacks, trying to find open ports and networks and attack the devices and try to get data out of the corporate network. Well, we want to ensure that we can lock that network down. So we changed the whole way that you connect up to remote devices. You no longer come inward to the network. You negotiate the connection up in the cloud through our gateway and our brokering service. And what that does is that obviously allows you to secure that edge of your network, but it also allows us to put AAD in between the users and the corporate network, your remote app and remote desktops. Also, we wanted to make it very easy for you to be able to deploy this service, both as a brand new service offering where you want to create a new host pool or new collection of VMs for a new department in your organization, or if you already have an existing RDS deployment and you want to simply migrate that to the cloud. So we've got some great tools that work in both directions. I'm going to show you an example of that today. And some of my folks on my team were very adamant when we first started building RDMI that we built it with the lowest layer of accessibility and then work our way up the stack. So the first thing we did is we built in full REST APIs for every capability of the service. And then we built PowerShell on top of that. And then we built GUIs on top of that. So the first thing, we're actually shipping with full REST APIs and full PowerShell, and then we're bringing the GUIs in later. Because we know at the end of the day, you guys are probably going to use the GUI to go build your very first kick the tires deployment, but then when you actually integrate this into your normal workflows, you're going to use other tools. You're going to build your own custom GUIs. You're going to use ServiceNow and other IT automation tools. And you want to be able to talk PowerShell or REST APIs and have a very rich experience where you're onboarding new people into the virtualization environment. So that was a big part of our components. I'm going to explain a little bit more about our load balancing algorithms and how those work. Also, we're providing scaling tools for you in the form of ARM templates. So you have the ability to take those templates and modify them to your own personal needs. And obviously, there was a lot of announcements about improvements in new Azure services, express routes now up to 100 gigabytes. So you have a lot of opportunity to move your workloads to the cloud. And if these are multi-tier workloads that require some access to on-prem resources, very easy for you to configure that either simply through a VPN or the variety of different express routes available to you. So with that, let me move forward a little bit. And let's take a quick look at what the Azure Marketplace tool looks like. So hopefully, not everyone in the room was at the demo I did earlier. Let me show you what I have here now. Oh, very good idea. We see it okay? All right, so I'm here in my Azure portal, and I've just clicked Create New here, and I'm just going to do a search for Windows Virtual. That should be good enough. Now, Windows Virtual Desktop will go into public preview later this year. So this Azure Marketplace tool that you're seeing here now is just whitelisted into my subscription. It's still under development. But it's far enough along that I can show you just how easy it is to set up a Windows Virtual Desktop deployment. So here it is. You can see Windows Virtual Desktop. A little description of what it is. I'll just click Create. And I'm going to show you what I can do in 5 minutes. It probably would take you 5 days to do normally. So first and foremost, when I'm creating a new instance of this, I need to identify who my admins are that will administer the deployment. So this could be a group or a user. I'll call it just admin. I think got our domain there. Now I've got this concept of host pools, and this is probably something you're already familiar with, but it's probably worth explaining for those in the room that aren't. Host pools to us is just a collection of VMs that can be configured for VDI, multi-user, persistent or non-persistent. And you can set the behaviors of how you load balance, how you scale, independently with each host pool. So this gives you the ultimate flexibility in quickly creating different working environments for different users or different groups within your organization. And we'll talk a little bit about that after I finish this flow. So I'm going to say this is for my engineering group. So I'll just give it a name. Now assigned users here, again, I could type them all out individually, or I can assign this to the AD group. I'm going to keep the default subscription here. I'm going to create a new resource group, and typically what I like to do is use the same name for the host pool for the group. I don't know why that's not working. Maybe we'll use an existing one. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm going to keep the default here of deploying this into East US. I'll click OK. Now, this is where things get interesting. You have the ability to take and build your own image for this host pool. In fact, I'll show you in a minute here all the images that are available in the gallery. So I could take one of these images, build a VM out of this image, customize it, add the apps, configure the group policy settings, everything I want to do to configure it. And then sysprep that and make that my custom image that I can use for this host pool. And I can simply click custom here and just point to the URI where that custom image is. But I'm going to choose the gallery image, and I'm going to start off with our default Windows 10 Enterprise multi-session. I'll keep the image type as SSD. And here, we've created some really interesting tools for you to build a deployment that's right-sized for that department. So in this case, if I'm building out a deployment instead of the engineering department, let's say it's for the accounting department, right? And my accounting department primarily runs line of business apps that work fine in a multi-user environment. They don't need admin privileges on the box. So I'm going to set up a multi-session environment for them. And the workload is, let's say it's a medium workload. And if I click on the little flyout here, or the information dialog, it tells me that kind of some explanation of what we mean by medium. It's a 3 users per core configuration. And now I just input the number of users I want to support here, and the default's 100. I could put in 1,000 or 10,000 or 50 or whatever I wanted. And we'll automatically determine the number of VMs that you would normally need to support that workload based on the predefined density. Now, of course, I could click on custom and put in whatever I want. And I'm not limited to just any VM in the gallery. I have every single Azure VM available to me. Everyone, I selected ECOS2, so every single VM type in that region is available to me for this host pool. So ultimate flexibility. I can choose any VM size, and I can choose any density I want. So I'm in total control of managing my cost and configuring every host pool to meet the specific needs of that group of users. So here I'm going to just, again, keep the defaults. And that's basically it. The last step in this whole thing is simply saying, OK, what domain do I want to join these to? So I'll say www.contoso.com. And then I would provide the admin username and credentials, click OK, and I'm done. And basically, it's just the VM creation process that happens in the back end. So I'm going to save you that 20-minute process that would normally happen there. And I'm just going to jump straight to the dashboard here and show you what this looks like when it's done. So in my dashboard here, this is like figured day 100 kind of simulation, right? So I've set this up. I've got organizations using the service and consuming the resources. So now I've configured up multiple different resource groups here. I've got a set of VMs that I'm hosting for the finance team. And again, these guys are using Windows 10 Enterprise in multi-user mode. They're running line of business apps. They're let's say 3 users per core is the density. And then here I've set up another collection for our accounting organization. Very similar configuration, but down here for my IT org, this particular host pool, my IT org needs admin privileges on the VMs, and they need larger size VMs. So I've set this up to be a persistent desktop host pool. And all I had to do was just configure that host pool and say, okay, this is a one-to-one mapping of users, this is persistent, and allow these folks to have admin privileges on the box. So it's just that easy to take this concept of host pool and apply it to single session, multi-session, persistent, pooled. All those options are available to you to set the parameters. By default, this is going to create a non-persistent, pooled, multi-user environment for me with the full desktop being shared. So I click go, and that's what that marketplace tool would create for me. So instantly, I can remote into those VMs and that entire organization that I gave rights to when I set that parameter for who has access to these resource group. So very easy for you to set up and configure. So with that, I think we're going to jump back, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about the value prop of multi-session. So traditional cloud-based virtualization solutions often limit your ability to only deploy single user to single VM, or what we often call VDI. Now imagine a real-world scenario where, let's say my accounting department again, right? Their peak needs to run their application is 2 virtual CPUs and 4 gigabytes of RAM. So if I bought them a laptop, I incur the cost of that peak need one time. But if I'm putting them in the cloud and I'm sizing a VM to their peak need, then every minute I'm incurring extra charge for resources they're not consuming. Imagine the blue line versus the white line here. The under the graph blue and above the graph white. I'm paying for the whole thing, but I'm only really leveraging what's in blue here, right? So let's play this out on a little larger scale. Let's say that I have 24 users, and I want to give them all a VM sized for their peak needs. So 2 vCPUs, 4 gigabytes per RAM across 24 users, right? So now I'm at 48 virtual CPUs and 96 gigs of RAM. Now if I took that same group of users and I deployed them in a multi-user environment using Windows Virtual Desktop and Windows 10 Remote Windows 10 multi-user, I could reduce that down to 8 virtual CPUs and 32 gigs of RAM. And that still gives me headroom so that if I do have a peak workload, they don't have a compromised experience. They're still getting a great experience. And now look at the white versus the blue, right? I'm leveraging what I'm paying for. And I've reduced my costs by 80%. I'll let that sink in for just a minute. When I can move my users to a multi-session Windows 10 experience, I can reduce my costs by up to 80%. And we find in most enterprises, the large majority of the task workers, office workers, can work just fine in this environment. But we support both. If you need VDI, if you want to give individual users their dedicated machines, either pooled or personal, we also support that model as well. But this is a really good way for you to save costs when you move to a cloud-based model where you're leasing, the resources. So I want to talk a little bit about how we do our load balancing. I mentioned that briefly when I was taking you through the marketplace experience. Our default mode for how we allocate users across the available resources in a host pool is what we call breadth mode. Assume that you've created a host pool, and let's say you took advantage of Azure reserved instances. And if you haven't heard of Azure reserved instances, you should take a look, because you can reduce your costs off normal pricing on IaaS by up to 80% by using Azure RIs. So if you're building out a deployment that, let's say, has a 3-year lifespan, I want to build this out, I know I've got this group of users that are going to be using it for 3 years, buy that IaaS on 3-year lifespan, and you've bought that VMs. Those are your VMs. You don't need to power them off or power them down. You just run them 24/7. Well, if I've bought that Azure RIs, and I've already paid for those resources, I want to get the most out of those resources. So I want to allocate my users evenly across those, so everybody's getting the best possible performance. So that's our breadth mode. But if I haven't pre-purchased that IaaS, and I'm paying for every VM that's spun up, I probably want to allocate them slightly differently. In this mode, we call depth mode, I'm going to fully allocate one VM before I start allocating users to the next VM. And with our scaling tools, I can set a threshold of where there's a certain amount of threshold of users on a VM, and I'll start spinning up the next one. And the same thing works in reverse. As people start logging off, you start spinning down those VMs. If you're super aggressive, you can even hard force them to log off and shut the machines down as well. But this gives you a lot of flexibility. And we provide these tools as ARM templates. You can take and customize these and set your own algorithms of when you spin machines up and when you spin them down. We put the control in your hands so you can significantly reduce your costs and have the ultimate flexibility in managing your deployments. So with that, I think I'm going to turn it back over to Peter and have him talk to you a little bit about Windows 10 Enterprise.
Yeah, so let's spend a minute to talk about the multi-user Windows 10 experience. So Scott just mentioned about the cost benefits. Let me quickly touch upon what the changes are and how much it's consistent with the Windows 10 experience on your device that you're hopefully running right now. So it's just the same that we're aligning with the semi-annual channel cadence, which means you get feature updates twice a year. Maybe you read it as well, is that we now introduced the thing that if you take the fall update, the fall feature update, you get 30 months of support. So it's 2.5 years of support on one release. The same applies here. So you can use that, you can just align it with all of the other machines that you're running. Since it's based on a Windows client operating system, you'll have great application compatibility. We have support for modern apps like Edge, Cortana, and the store, and it's, like you can see, optimized for Office 365. And instead of just talking about it, let me quickly show you what it looks like. So here we're looking at my personal device that I've been using for it roughly a year. And just to show you what it is, I hope you can read it in the back. You can see this is a Windows 10 Enterprise in S mode, which makes it reliable, I have great battery life, and in general, it makes me feel safe. So far, I've been using it for a year, and it's working for me very well. Now, sometimes you do need access to a third-party application. And as you might know, on Windows 10 in S mode, you cannot run any code which is not signed by Microsoft. So any third-party code will simply not run. So the way to solve for this, or a way to solve for it, is to use Windows Virtual Desktop. And in my scenario, my IT admin has published a feed of all applications, remote apps, and all full desktops that are assigned to me. You can see it here in my Start menu. Here I have a collection of all kinds of Win32 applications. And I can even launch one. So if I would just grab, let's say, Excel, you can see how quick it is. So it looks like a locally installed application, but it's not. This application is running in Azure on top of Windows Virtual Desktop, and just the output is remoted to my client. So I could have even a low-performing device, and I still have a great experience. It behaves like any other Win32 app, so I can snap it to any side or maximize it. Or I could even, let's just open this thing. If I have another application, so this one's also remoted. You can tell, by the way, if you look at the, we call it the glyph. Let me zoom in here. You see this little icon over here, the round thing? That's called a glyph. That's the only way you can tell, as an end user, that it's not a locally installed application. So you can copy and paste data just across. It all works like any other app. So that's just a remote app capability. But my IT admin has also provisioned a full desktop. So if I scroll down a bit over here, you can see that I'm assigned this session desktop. And as soon as I click that, I end up in a full desktop experience. And this is actually what you're getting. So again, the only way of telling that I'm not working locally is by looking at the blue bar you see at the top. That's pretty much the only way I can tell. Another way, if you know, and let's just hide it for a second, but only if you know where to click and where to search. So if I go to Settings, System, scroll down a bit, go to About, and then over here you can see it's no longer my Windows 10 Enterprise, but all of a sudden we have Windows 10 multi-session SKU running here. So that's the thing we've been talking about. Like we mentioned, you have things like Edge, we have Cortana, we have the store over here. We can even launch Outlook. So here we have Outlook, Office Pro Plus in a non-persistent environment, works just great. Now you might be thinking, well, Peter, this was a great pitch 3 years ago when you introduced Windows 10, because it all feels and behaves like Windows 10. And again, like we previously discussed, the biggest benefit is the fact that it's multi-user. So right here we have 3 users being logged on. This could be dozens, depending on how much hardware resources you assign. We have no hard limit. So you could have dozens or hundreds of users logged on concurrently, all having the experience that I'm currently having by just having one virtual machine. So with that, I'm going to transition over to Scott, and he's going to present one slide about the partner play here.
So those of you familiar with remote desktop services, this has always been a Microsoft plus partner business model. So we have a fully finished service with RDS, and that may be a surprise to many in the room that you can actually use RDS and all its capability and build out your own deployment. The reality is that it meets the needs of some small businesses, but there's a lot of features and capabilities that people now want to leverage in a virtualized environment. And we wanted to continue the healthy ecosystem we had with our partners, our platform partners and value-added partners. So I'm proud to announce that with Windows Virtual Desktop, we have 3 partner opportunities. Probably one of the more exciting ones for most of you in the room might be that we can offer this now through CSP. So those of you that are certified cloud solution providers, Microsoft Cloud solution providers, you can now resell Windows Virtual Desktop, package in your own value-added services, and resell that to your customers. If you want to provide a fully managed DAS service, similar to what Citrix announced here at the show, you have that capability now with this service offering. We also, now that we have this Azure Marketplace tool for deploying and managing Windows Virtual Desktop, we also are working with some of our value-added partners here on screen and others, where they can take their value-added services, put them in the Azure Marketplace, and I can simply do a search for Windows Virtual Desktop and find all these additional service providers that can add value on top of WVD. We also have extensibility right at the platform layer as well, similar to what we have with RDS, where partners like Citrix can take the base capabilities of Windows Virtual Desktop and layer on their additional capabilities as well. So if you're a Citrix CTP, or if you're a Citrix admin out there and you're familiar with their tools, or you have a dependency on some of their capabilities, you can continue to leverage that with your Windows Virtual Desktop license. So super excited to share all those partner opportunities with you. This list will continue to grow. We're just now announcing this here publicly at the show, and we'll be working with a lot of additional partners, so you'll see more and more added to this list over time.
So let's switch to licensing for a second, and this might even be, I wouldn't say the best news, but it's pretty good news, I think. So the way this is structured is that Windows Virtual Desktop requires either M365 E3 or E5, M365 Business or F1, and Windows E3 or E5. So by the time we launch, specifically the first and the third one we'll have ready for sure. And that means that if you're licensed for one of these current options, it's already included. You have access to Windows Virtual Desktop. It's part of your existing licensing SKU. From that point on, you have, what you need is your own Azure subscription. And in your own Azure subscription, you can fire up Windows 7, Windows 10, Windows 10 Enterprise Multi-Session, the Windows Server 2012 R2 or up, and those will spin the Azure meter. So that means the only pay you'll have is the compute and the storage that's generated on Azure. Now, like Scott also mentioned, worth looking into is reserved instances, where you can get up to a 70% discount on all the charges there. In terms of timeline, so this week we're announcing Windows Virtual Desktop. We also mentioned the fact that we have a public preview later this year. Now, we do have the option to register to be notified for the public preview. I'll share that link in 2 slides, so hopefully you can all register for the notification. Like mentioned before, we're expecting to have that later this year. And then next year, early 2019, we're expecting to GA and roll out this service globally. So in summary, we're announcing a new offering on Azure for VDI RDSH management. It enables Windows 10 with an optimized Office 365 experience, Windows 7 support with free of charge 3-year extended security updates. We have both full desktop support and just remote app virtualization, both using all of the M365 capabilities, including Azure AD, things like conditional access all light up. We benefit from all the Azure scalability, so we have unmatched scalability. Preview this year, we're expecting to GA early next year. The call to action, here's the link that I just mentioned. So make sure you go to aka.ms/WVD preview, leave behind your details, and we'll send you an email as soon as the public preview opens up. And hopefully you can kick the tires and later on roll into production. Later this week, we have multiple sessions around this topic, a few specifically around Office in virtualization, the improvements we made. You can see the list. One, if you want to know more level 300, this session is 200. If you want to learn more about level 300 or even 400, make sure you go to Thursday's 4 p.m. session, the Windows Virtual Desktop Deep Dive by Clark. That might be of interest to you. At the bottom of the slide, you can see as well, we brought many of our PMs, many of our developers, and they're full-time staffing the booth. If you go to the expo floor, we have 4 demo stations. There's no question that we cannot answer, so make sure you drop by. And with that, we're going to end with some energy. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
We have 8 minutes left, so if there are any questions, feel free to walk up to the mic.
And we know we won't be able to address all the questions, so do go find us at the booth. We're under the look for the Modern Desktop banner, and you'll find our display area there.
There's a question here. So there is the question is about Office 365, the optimizations we're doing, and there is a session about it, and that's exactly what we recommend you to go to. And they'll explain you all the optimizations we made in Windows, in Office, in the user profile management, all of the tweaks there. So make sure you attend. Thanks. Let's take a question here.
Yes, if you have a powerful Windows 10 desktop now in your office and you want your associate to share, I mean, is that multi-session available on your personal desktop, or is it only cloud?
Just in the cloud.
Just in the cloud.
Yeah.
Maybe we have to repeat. I'm not sure if the mic is working.
Yeah, let me repeat the question. The question was, could you enable the multi-session for your own personal desktops? And the answer is that this is part of the Windows Virtual Desktop Service offering in the cloud. Let's go all the way to the end down there.
Any estimates? Can you hear me on this?
Yeah.
There we go. Any estimates on the cost for regular Office 365 user, Excel, Outlook for the year?
I didn't fully get the question.
A little bit of echo. It's hard to hear you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. What do you think it's going to cost to run your typical user, finance user, over the course of a year using Azure resources?
Yeah. Let me repeat the question. So, what would it cost for a typical user, like someone in the finance organization? I think if you do the math. Like if you look at Azure reserved instances or your discounts on Azure IaaS, figure 220 hours per week, or I'm sorry, per month, and then just do the math, and it'll probably come out somewhere around $10 to $12 per user per month.
Let's go here.
So with the MI stuff last year, you said we could have on-prem desktops. Is that gone now, or?
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
With the RDMI you announced last year, we have on-prem desktops with the Azure control. Is that gone?
On-prem desktops. So RDMI. Oh yes, I'm sorry. Yeah. So RDMI was always planned to be an Azure app service offering. And we were going to make it available for people to do their own deployments. We've moved away from that model and evolved RDMI to be a finished service. So we have no plans to ship RDMI as separate components going forward. Got it. So you want to be able to add your on-prem resources to the cloud. That is something that is in our backlog. That's something that we want to do is support hybrid modes. So you'll be able to manage on-prem as well as cloud-based resources. Yeah.
Let's go here. Oh, sorry, we forgot about the back there. Go for it.
Is there availability in the government cloud?
It's impossible for me to hear. Do you actually
The speakers are pointed that way, so we can't hardly hear you guys. Apologize.
Government cloud. Availability in the government cloud? You mentioned
GovCloud, thank you.
GovCloud.
GovCloud, yes. We do have plans to roll this out in GovCloud.
What's the timeline?
I can't talk to the timeline right now, but it is one of our top items in our backlog as well.
How about the support to multi-monitor?
Support for multi-monitor.
Absolutely, yeah. I've got some folks in the booth that can give you the explicit limits, but I typically do two 2560 by 1440 displays and have great performance. I've seen people do two 4K displays as well. Yeah, no problem with multi-monitor. I know people 3 or 4 monitors, so I don't remember the specific limits, but the folks in our booth can tell you what the maximum resolution and maximum number of monitors, but it's pretty substantial.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is there a way to connect these VMs to traditional on-premises Active Directory?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So what you saw here were these VMs were all AD joined VMs, and then we were using ADFS to create a single sign-on experience so that you can actually use your AAD credentials and then get direct sign-in all the way to those VMs. Yeah.
Are you able to schedule or shut them down to try to control cost? If you wanted to schedule, if it's a student lab sort of virtual desktop, and you want to shut them down at a certain time?
Was it about shutting down VMs?
Yeah, like schedule.
Yes, yeah. So the cool thing about our host pools is the way we manage host pools, they're basically stateless. And we can determine at any point in time how many VMs are available in the pool, and we'll operate off of that logic. So if you have, let's say you have 10 VMs, and then you spin up 2 more, and we see that there's 12 now, we start allocating across either that breadth mode or depth mode across the 12. If you power down 5 and we only see 8 left, then the same thing. We can work in an environment where you can dynamically spin up and spin down resources, and we'll immediately start adding them to the pool and deploying users across them. So it's really easy for you to power them up, power them down, and you don't have to do anything else. Just add a new VM to the pool, and we'll take advantage of it.
You can schedule those?
Yes, we have some ARM templates that we'll be publishing about the time you go out with the preview that you can run, and you can set the parameters of when they power up and when they power down. You bet.
Over here.
My question is more along the lines of licensing. In particular, Windows 10 CSP typically does not have downgrade codes. So the ability to run Windows 7 in place of Windows 10 in the cloud, is that a unique cloud feature? Or will CSP now expand to provide downgrade rates for on-prem deployments of Windows?
That's a great question. I don't know. Can we follow up offline? If we can meet afterwards, if you give me your business card, I will get you an answer.
We do have some folks from our business planning team that can answer some of those more complex licensing questions. I'm not sure I see any of them here right now, but they're definitely in our booth.
Malik is in the booth.
Oh.
In the back.
Malike in the back.
Your answer is
room.
coming over.
With her arm up? Go talk with her. She'll tell you.
Yeah. Go for it.
My question is really around the scenario of being a CSP partner, an SPLA partner, and just understanding exactly the transition if we would want to move existing workloads into Azure and take advantage of a service like this. Is that possible, or am I going to, if I'm not using Office 365 licenses today?
I think what we're going to do is we're going to have folks with questions come right down here.
Yeah, that's probably better.
Everybody out there can hear your question. We can't hear it up here. And we'll repeat them. So let's just form a line right here. We'll start with you.